Hey guys, in today's video we're going to talk about the most important swing plane in golf. All right guys, so we're going to talk about the most important swing plane in golf. Before we dig into that content, I'm excited to announce that we are going to partner with a company called UpGlove. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about what UpGlove is before we get into it. We're going to talk more about them as we go, but just a brief little detail. Now what UpGlove is basically it's a monthly or quarterly glove service. Now Sean from UpGlove has been cool enough to send us a couple samples for us to show you. I've been using it for the past month or so in videos. I don't know if you saw it or not, but it has worked really good. So we tested it long enough. The glove is as good as any other glove I've had, and the price is like half as much. So I wanna make sure I don't miss anything. I'm gonna read a little bit on what this company does and show you what we got that they sent to us. So UpGlove does use top grade Cabretta leather. So like I said, the feel is really good like other gloves I've used before. They deliver them on monthly and quarterly basis. You can start, pause it, or cancel it at any time. If you don't like the gloves, they'll pay you and a full refund. So there's really no hurt in even trying it. Now there's two different plans you can use for this. Like I said, you can either do monthly or quarterly. They have one plan called the Weekend Warrior, which you get 2 gloves, either on monthly or quarterly basis, free shipping, and like I said, there's no commitment on that, and that's $19.99 per month. So for $19.99 per month or quarter, you get 2 of these gloves. That's way cheaper than what you'd go just buy it in a pro shop. They also have a deal where you can get 3 UpGloves, same deal, monthly or quarterly, and that's $27.99. Now we're gonna partner with them. There's gonna be a coupon code, and the information will be in the link in the description down below in case I get this wrong, but it should be EC Golf is a coupon code. You're gonna get 10% off your first order, your first shipment of these gloves. So I wanted to go through that so you can see what they actually are. They came in this little package that he sent us, and he sent us 3 different glove versions, so you can see what this looks like in this package. You just get this delivered to your house, get the gloves that you ordered, and there's a nice little note, so Sean, that was awesome. And that's what this is gonna look like. So for me, if you're gonna play enough, no one talks about the glove, but me having an old glove versus a new glove can make a difference when you go play. So check out UpGlove, check out the link in the description down below. Like I said, we'll do more on this as we go, but UpGlove, I'm gonna use this for our little video now. So that's UpGlove. Now, what we're here to talk about is the swing plane, and what I think is the most important swing plane in golf. And we've done like only maybe 1 or 2 other videos ever on this. So this is new, right? Fresh stuff. So here's the deal. Swing plane. When I say the most important swing plane, everyone talks in the swing about the backswing plane and the downswing plane we swing on, but not a lot of people talk about the vertical swing plane. Now, we happened to do a video not long ago about early extension and talked about a little bit, but by vertical swing plane, I mean the angle that the shaft is on. So this, let's say, is on a 45-degree angle. This would be a more vertical swing plane. This would be a less vertical swing plane. So this is the swing plane I'm talking about. And specifically, I'm talking about it during the downswing and at impact. When you notice the checkpoint video we did and other videos where you draw the line up the shaft during the setup and trying to get that club head on that line, but really where the shaft is at impact, right at the moment of truth, and the angle of it has a huge impact on everything you do. Now, Mary and I were talking, Martin Shuck just came out with an impact strap that we'll link a little link in the description down below. I was telling Mary he's always like 2 steps ahead of me on these ideas for these devices, and it's awesome. I would check that out. And the point of that strap here is to keep you at an angle at impact, okay? So when you draw the line up the shaft, the idea is that the angle the shaft starts on, you more or less want to get back to impact on that same angle. Now, do a lot of players go above that angle a little bit? Yes, they do. But as a concept, keeping it on that angle is a pretty good baseline to start with. What I see a lot of golfers do is deliver the club on a more vertical angle, me included, on a more vertical angle during the impact phase. I also sometimes, right, so people who slice or over the top and steep, I may see them actually deliver the club on too low of an angle, but usually we're fighting too vertical of an angle. Getting that angle right affects everything. Clubface control. A big part of hitting the ball in the middle of the face has to do with this. When I take my normal setup here like so, when I deliver the club more vertically, what that does is it pulls the mass of the club and the weight of the club and club head in towards my body. That's a big reason why a lot of you guys will get toe shots. Shaft gets too vertical, club comes in, you hit the ball off the toe. Oftentimes when the shaft gets too low, I would see the opposite problem of heel shots. You guys, that makes sense? When I push the handle down in space, the club wants to shift out this way. When I pull the handle up, the club comes in. When I push the handle down, the club goes out. So center face contact, swing direction, dynamic loft, I mean, you name it. Now, if we backtrack here a little bit, right? Delivering the club on the plane is the right idea. I said a lot of people go too high, some people go too low. When you go too high or too low, you're probably gonna hit it outside of the middle of the face, have club face control issues, yada, yada. Now, what controls it and how do I fix it? The biggest thing that dictates that angle in terms of micro is the angle of your lead wrist, okay? So if I were to hold my left hand out flat like so, and I come down in impact, right? In fact, let me just take a normal impact position. When I take my normal impact position, you'll notice there's an angle between my left arm and the shaft. If I hinged the club more, that would make that angle more narrow. Now that angle is more narrow. If I unhinge the club, now that angle is wider. If I hinge the club, the angle is more narrow. If I unhinge the club, the angle is wider. For those of you that come into impact with the shaft angle too high, is that angle very wide or very narrow? That angle is very wide. If that angle is very wide, does that mean that I have too much hinge in my left wrist? Or does that mean that I have not enough hinge in my left wrist? That means I have not enough hinge in my left wrist. If I said before to make the angle more narrow, I had to add more hinge. What would I have to do from here to make the shaft lower? I would have to add more hinge. Now I'm going to add more hinge by having my hands lower, but effectively the difference between here and here is how much hinge I have in my left wrist. If I want to have a lower shaft angle at impact, I want to have more hinge in my left wrist. If I want to have a higher angle at impact, I want to unhinge my left wrist more. Most golfers, like me, who hit pushes and hooks, have a shaft angle that's too high. You need to feel like you maintain this hinge, not like a lag deal. You need to feel like you maintain that angle more. It's on a lower angle that will help get rid of the pushes and hooks. Those of you who are too steep and over it, you probably have too much angle. You would be better off feeling like you're more higher and unhinged. Does that make sense? So the angle of your left hand and club, how much hinge you do or don't have during the downswing, is the primary dictator of the angle of the shaft. That will dictate club face control, centers of contact, so on and so forth. Are there things earlier in your swing that make your brain be too far up and too far low? Absolutely. There's a laundry list of things that could cause that. I can't possibly know why you watching would do that. What I can say is you can reverse engineer these fixes. Side note tangent, you don't always have to fix the root cause of your problem. Sometimes you can take the problem that's actually causing you problems and just fix that. You don't always have to fix the root problem to play better golf. This is one of those examples. You might be doing this because of something else. That's okay. By fixing this, you may very well fix what happened earlier. So a lot of talking, not a lot of hitting, which I'm trying to get out of. It's like one of my resolutions for 2019, but this is an information video. Hopefully that makes sense, how much hinge you do or don't have. So if I'm that guy, which I am that guy, who hits pushes and hooks and I'm too vertical like this, I'm gonna hit balls and feel like I maintain that hinge. How, Eric, do I feel like I maintain that hinge? I'm gonna just feel like I maintain that hinge during my downswing. How much should I feel like I maintain that hinge? More than I think I should. So here's me feeling like I'm maintaining this hinge angle during my downswing follow through. And usually when I do it pretty correct, like that, although my backswing can be very short, that feels really good during my downswing phase because I'm normally too high. Play around with that. Understanding that information can help. A light bulb. Understand that you need to go lower if you're too high. If you're too high, go lower. Just feel it, play around with it, do it more than what you think. That's an important piece. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Hey guys, if you liked today's video, please do me a favor, click the like button down below, click the notification bell if you haven't. Also, please subscribe if you haven't. If you guys do want more instruction from me tailored for you, go ahead and check out cogornogolf.com. The link will be in the description down below. Thank you guys.